We have finally reached the round of 16 of the Euros, and we have some very interesting matchups. Let's go ahead and give out our predictions and analyze what's going to happen. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Merengue Cule. As I said, I'm very excited for some of the matchups that we have coming up in the round of 16. So without further ado, I wanted to get started by checking back and tracking back to my predictions compared to what we're actually seeing. Now, I want to say that in terms of the big teams, I mainly predicted all the right ones to go through. Maybe the order of some of them, such as Spain finishing in second place, kind of messed up a few of my things. But in the grand scheme, those are mainly right. It's the third place finishers that really screwed me in my predictions. I had Belgium against Turkey, which is actually going to be Belgium against Portugal, and that's because I had Portugal finishing second place, where Germany ended up finishing second place in the group of death. I guessed perfectly Italy against Austria, so that one was right. I had France against North Macedonia, and they're actually going to be playing against Switzerland, so that's one of those third place teams that kind of messed me up. Croatia against Poland was my initial prediction, and it's actually Croatia against Spain. Now that one gives me something to talk about, which we're going to be discussing once we get to that actual prediction. But Poland kind of disappointed in this tournament, I'm not going to lie. I also had Spain against Russia. Now Russia didn't go through, and Spain obviously ended up getting in second place, which messed up a lot of my things. And now we're in the other side of the bracket, obviously, in which I had England against Portugal. Now that also gave us a very, very good matchup in England against Germany. And that one's going to be one hell of a match. But yeah, let's keep moving on. I had initially predicted Netherlands against Germany, which is basically going to be, that side of the bracket is going to come down to Netherlands against Germany, in my opinion. But obviously that wasn't it. And then finally, my initial predictions were Switzerland against Denmark. That one's pretty similar. Wales against Denmark. Switzerland still ended up going through, just not in the same exact position that I initially thought. So like I said, most of the teams I had going through did go through, just in slightly different positions. But with that being said, now you're seeing on the screen the actual round of 16 matchups that we have. And well, let's go ahead and get started with the huge, one of the biggest matchups of this match day, which is Belgium against Portugal. Now, this one gives me such a headache. As you can see, we have Belgium right here. We have the KDB jersey against good old Ronaldo and Portugal. So, boy oh boy, this is a tough one. Portugal have not gotten the best of results yet. I feel like they went from worse to better. They're going from worse to better throughout this group. I think it was huge for Fernando Santos, the manager, to realize that playing with all the stars, Bruno Fernandes, Diego Jota, Cristiano Ronaldo, Bernardo Silva up top, while they was his best players, it wasn't really balancing the team out too well. And as each game progressed, he figured out that playing Renato Sanchez or other midfielders would help stabilize the team a little more. And that's where we started seeing the better performances for Portugal. Meanwhile, Belgium hasn't fully impressed me. Even though they've done good in their games, there hasn't been that one game where I'm just like, God damn. When KDB came back, it was a game changer. So now having KDB back could be that wild card that Belgium needed to upset predictions like these. So it makes it so hard for me, and obviously you guys know I'm a big Ronaldo fan. So I want to personally see Portugal go through, and I'm going to put my money on Portugal. My money on Portugal, it could go obviously either way, but I think the fact that Portugal have found that solidity in playing Renato Sanchez and just finding a more balanced midfield will give them the difference, because they know they have the firepower up top. Yes, Belgium has Lukaku and KDB, but my money is in Portugal, so I'm going to be locking it in for Portugal there. Next up, we have Italy, Austria, and Italy for me has been one of the most phenomenal teams so far this whole tournament. I think one of the big stand-ups. And Austria, while they've done good, I mean, I think that's as far as Austria's going to go. Italy hasn't conceded a single goal this Euro, and I could see it possible that they may not even concede a goal in this match day. So Italy locked in. Let's move on. France against Switzerland. Now, France is another one of those teams that, in my opinion, hasn't impressed too much in the match days. Obviously, they've played against really big teams, and they're a team that likes to go from less to more. I don't know if that's the right way to say, but they like to increase in their performances as they go through the tournament, and that's what you want to see out of a champion. A champion that starts little by little, doesn't exert a lot of energy, and finishes strong. And I think that's exactly what France is doing. So I think it's no question there. France is going to go through. Next up, we have Croatia, Spain. Now, I said I was going to talk a little about this. By the way, I forgot to show the France jersey. Here's the France jersey with Mbappe, and then here's an Italian jersey, an old Italian jersey. Like I said, the Italians, the team that have been playing very, very good. Now it's getting hot with all these jerseys. So I'm going to put it down, and I'm going to bring up the matchup that we have today. Not today, but we're going to have, which is Spain against Croatia. Now, I know I said it before the tournament. Spain was going to be one of the main teams that I was going to go for. But, quite frankly, as the tournament goes on, they just don't inspire me. I watch them play, and all they do is pass the ball around. But they have no vertical passes, no really difference-making players. And it's just not exciting. And then when you add on top of the fact that there's no Madrid players, it's really hard for me to want to watch them and just want for them to do real good. And now when they come up against the Croatia team that I've always really liked Croatia, especially obviously because of Luka Modric, they just excite me so much more. And I see this matchup and I'm like, you know what? Part of me just wants Croatia to go through. So that's why I put on the Croatia jersey today. I think Spain is on paper the better team, but I'm going to be supporting Croatia, and I think Croatia are going to give the upset of the tournament. I'm going to put in the tournament in this game for now at least. Croatia goes through, eliminates Spain, and Spain continues making a bit of an embarrassment about themselves in the past international tournament. So that's that. Croatia goes through. Next up, we have Sweden against Ukraine. This is one that could go either way, but I think Sweden impresses a little bit in the group stage. Had that last-minute winner in the last game, so I'm going to go for Sweden. Screw it, why not? Now, England against Germany, the other amazing matchup that we have in this match day, round of 16, behind the Portugal-Belgium. This is one that, in my opinion, the winner of this matchup goes to the final of the Euros. England's performances this Euros have not impressed me one bit. They're failing to find Harry Kane. They're failing to really link up good play. But the moment they have one solid game, I could see them beating just about any team here. Maybe France aside, Portugal, Belgium. I don't know. England is definitely roster-wise one of the best teams in this whole Euro tournament. But Germany, their game against Portugal really impressed me, and I just know the way Germans roll. They take these games very seriously, and they don't choke. Especially the fact that they saw themselves in the brink of getting eliminated makes me think they're gonna come out to this game all guns blazing. I'm gonna go for Germany. Toni Kroos, you're gonna go through, and you're gonna make it to the final of the Euros. Next up, we have Netherlands against Czech Republic, and I think this one is a no-brainer for me. There could be an upset, but for me, I'm going to go for Netherlands clearly. They've been playing pretty good. Wijnaldum and Depay have been carrying me in my fantasy football team, which this is a reminder to go make your transfers before the match day starts. So go do that. I just finished mine up. And finally, we have Wales against Denmark. You could say that I'd want Wales to go through because of Gareth Bale. Technically, he is a Madrid legend, I would say, one of them. And could be a Madrid player next year, but frankly, I have this love-hate relationship with Bale that it's more towards the hate right now. So I'm gonna go for Denmark. Go Eriksen. The Danish are gonna go out there and try to fight for Eriksen. So that's what I want to see personally. I'm gonna have Denmark going through, setting up Portugal versus Italy in the quarterfinals. France, Croatia in that side of the bracket. So some really good games. And then on the other side, Sweden, Germany, Netherlands against Denmark. There's going to be a future video after the round of 16 where we continue with these predictions. For now, guys, make sure you smash that like button down below. Go subscribe. Go check out our other live reactions. Unfortunately, we did receive a copyright strike for that last video, which is a little bit of a dagger into the heart. But it is what it is. The next video that comes out will be the draw for the virtual FIFA 21 Euro tournament that we're going to be having. So stay on the lookout for that. Lots of fun things to come. And with that being said, I'll see you guys later and peace out.